Hi there everyone, my name's Wayne, I'm the Armchair Red and welcome to my channel. So fresh off an exciting weekend of Premier League football, we jump into the next Armchair Challenge. This week we're going to be looking at game week 35. I'm doing the predictions a little bit earlier this week because as I mentioned I'm going to be travelling this week. So I thought I'd get them out early. The first game's on Tuesday, but we're going to do some predictions this evening. We're fresh off a good 3 points for Liverpool, 3-1 over Fulham. So I'm really chuffed about that. But before we jump into game week 35, let's just recap what happened in this weekend in game week 34. So going into game week 34, I was leading the community 50 points to 45, so I had a nice 5-point lead. We had a new subscriber submit predictions for this week. Our first female subscriber submitting predictions. Lauren, thank you again for your predictions. And Lauren pretty much said that the guys have been doing such a crappy job that she was going to submit some predictions and try and close the lead I had at the top of the challenge. And I must admit, Lauren put her money where her mouth was, and she gave me a bit of a beating this week. So Lauren ended up beating me 6 points to 4. She ended up getting 5 correct results and 1 correct scoreline. I only ended up getting the 4 correct results, so she ended up beating me 6 points to 4. So well done, Lauren. Respect. Very well done. She nailed me on a few games that I thought were dead ringers for me. So my gap at the top of the challenge is now close to only 3 points. I now have 54 points with the community on 51. So well done, Lauren, and thank you again for your predictions. For game week 35, I've got a return subscriber submitting some predictions. Alafi Andreas from Namibia. Alafi submitted before. I think he's beaten me once and I've beaten him once. So this is the winner takes all round. There are only 6 games in this round during midweek. So Alafi submitted his predictions and he reckons he can close that 3-point gap that I have at the top of the challenge. So let's run through the fixtures quickly. So first fixture for the week is Arsenal against Chelsea. So obviously big London derby. This was probably the biggest London derby back in the day. Alafi's gone for a 2-1 win to Arsenal here. So Arsenal come off a win the weekend. They played really well against Wolves. I was actually backing them to maybe drop some points in that game, but Wolves were struck with quite a few injuries. But Arsenal got the 3 points, so well done to them. Chelsea obviously didn't play this weekend, or they did, but they played in the FA Cup. And they just lost out to Man City. I thought Man City were going to win that game quite easily. They ended up winning only 1-0. So I've got Arsenal winning this game as well, but I don't think Chelsea's going to get a goal in this game. If I look at Nicholas Jackson the weekend and some of the other striking options, I mean, he can't hit a barn door at the moment. So Alafi's gone for 2-1 in this fixture. I'm going for 2-0 to Arsenal. As much as I'd like them to drop some points in this game, I just don't think it's going to happen. And I don't see Chelsea getting a goal at the Emirates. So I've gone 2-0. The next game up is Wolves against Bournemouth. So both teams lost the weekend. Wolves obviously went down to Arsenal. Bournemouth went down to Aston Villa. Alafi's gone for a 1-1 scoreline here. He reckons they're going to cancel each other out. He's sitting on the fence a bit. I look at the way Bournemouth played against Villa, and I look at the way Wolves played against Arsenal. I reckon Bournemouth are good for the 3 points here. Even though Wolves are playing at home, I reckon Bournemouth are going to sneak this one by the odd goal. So I've gone 2-1 to Bournemouth for that fixture. Next game up, Crystal Palace against Newcastle. So Crystal Palace have come up off a very, very good win this weekend. They gave West Ham a proper hiding. Newcastle didn't play this weekend, so their players are going to be nice and rested. But Alafi's gone for a 3-1 away win here for Newcastle. So he reckons the fresh legs are going to trump the leggy legs from the weekend. So I don't think it's going to be that easy. I think Palace are riding a bit of a crest of momentum at the moment. They obviously beat Liverpool last weekend. They've gone and beaten West Ham this weekend. They're on a little bit of a roll. but I don't think there's going to be much separating these teams. So this is the game this week that I've gone for the draw. I've called Crystal Palace 2, Newcastle 2 in this game. I reckon Isak might get his goals, but I also reckon Palace is going to put a few away at home. So I'm going for 2-2 in that game. And just as a reminder, Laffy's gone for a 3-1 away win for Newcastle. Next game up is the big game for Liverpool this week, the Merseyside derby. Everton got a good win the weekend against Nottingham Forest. A contentious win if I look at some of the statements that have been put out by Nottingham Forest. Liverpool have just come off a good win against Fulham. So both teams should have a little bit of confidence. Alafi's gone for a 2-1 scoreline here to Liverpool. I'm also going for a Liverpool win in this game. I think Liverpool played reasonably well against Fulham today. I was a bit hesitant about the starting lineup, but the lineup that Klopp put out. But I must admit, players like Gakpo, I think Gakpo was our man of the match today. I think he might have sealed himself a starting berth for the Liverpool team in midweek. I'm going for a comfortable Liverpool win here. I'm actually going Liverpool 3, Everton 0 in this game. I don't think Everton are going to score against Liverpool. Liverpool let in a sloppy goal today, but I don't see that happening against Everton. The tricky thing about this tie, obviously, is it's a derby. So sometimes form goes out the window. Everton are fighting relegation. Maybe they'll take their foot off the gas a little bit because in my view, they're relatively safe at the moment, especially if their appeal comes out positively. But like I say, anything can happen in this game, but I'm confident Liverpool's going to get these 3 points, and I think they're going to get 3 goals at the same time. So I'm going Liverpool 3, Everton 0. The next game up is Man United against Sheffield United. Man United obviously victorious in their semi-final against Coventry, although they went through on penalties. It was a bit of a squeaker against a Sheffield United team that are woeful at the moment. So they are going to be relegated. I don't see them putting up much of a fight against United. I think this might be a chance for United to bag a few goals. Alafi's gone for a 3-0 scoreline to Man United. I wanted a little bit of a differential in this game because I was going to go 3 as well. I don't think Sheffield United are going to get a goal. So I've popped in a 4-0 scoreline for this game. I want the differential. I want the points. So I think there's goals in that game, but I think the goals are all going to belong to Man United. The last game for the week, Brighton and Hove against Manchester City. This is potentially a banana skin for Man City. I say potentially a banana skin because we know Brighton can be pretty good on their day. Liverpool have experienced that in the past. They are playing at home, and they've got some pretty decent players up front as well. So as much as my heart says I would like City to drop some points in this in that particular game, I just don't see it happening. I'd love Brighton to give them a proper game and possibly take something out of it. But this is a head-over-heart decision in this game. So Laffy's gone 4-1 to Manchester City. So he reckons it's going to be quite a comfortable win for them. I reckon they're going to win as well, just because they're playing away. I haven't given them the 4 goals. I've gone Manchester City 3, Brighton 1. That's what I'm predicting for this week with my head. In my heart, I'm hoping Brighton do something to help us out. So, so I've gone 3-1, Alafi's gone 4-1. So it's a shorter week this week, and then we have a full round of fixtures next weekend, which is going to be really exciting. There's a North London derby coming up. Liverpool are away to West Ham, hoping for 3 points there as well. So potentially an interesting week with Man City's fixture on Thursday against Brighton, potentially a banana skin, and then obviously the big game next week between Arsenal and Spurs. I'm hoping Spurs can do us a favour there. So yes, it's going to be exciting. Lots of games, short space of time, and that's why the challenge is out so quickly this week. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do the watch along on Wednesday for the Everton game. I would really have loved to do that, but I'm going to be doing a watch along on one of my friends' channels while I'm away, so that I can at least catch some of the game. So if you want, you can always tune in there. The channel's name is JSY Talks Football. The lady's name is Jess. She really knows her stuff. It's really entertaining. So I'm not around on Wednesday. You're welcome to tune in there. I'll probably be in there as well, and let's share some good banter. But until then, those are the predictions for this week. I'll put out predictions for the weekend on Friday for the next round, which will be game week 36. But until then, you must all please look after yourselves. Armchair Red, out.